Brittany, and I'm so excited because Halloween is right around the corner. It's almost October, and like, guys, I honestly feel like some walking billboard for the movie Ouija. My Ouija dress, my Ouija hat, like I'm just all about that Ouija life. You guys know I live for Halloween. I mean, like, it's Halloween every day on my channel, so you know what I mean. And look at BB-8. BB-8 is wearing my Kylo mask. Isn't that the cutest thing ever? I'm obsessed. Or not my Kylo mask, it's like an actual Kylo helmet. It's insane, but it's part of my Halloween costume, so hi. I'm so excited. I cannot wait for October. So are you guys ready for the first like official Halloween story, even though my Halloween videos haven't started, but this is kind of like a sneak peek, if you guys know what I'm trying to say. This story, this Halloween story, it involves 4 teenagers who play with a Ouija board at a graveyard on Halloween night. So, you know, that's kind of why I wore my whole Ouija outfit. Obviously, because I like to put little touches like that in my videos. So I'm going to change the story a little bit. So there's 4 teenagers, they're 4 best friends, 2 boys and 2 girls. So I'm going to name them Brittany, obviously, Hermione, Draco, and Tom. So these friends, you know, they have been planning to play with a Ouija board in this graveyard for months now on Halloween night. They were like, you know, we have to do this. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be fun. We gotta do this. When they were first discussing this idea, Hermione was a little like, I don't think I can do this. Brittany was like, heck yes, this is what I live for. And Draco and Tom were just like, we gotta do this. Finally, it was Halloween night. So the group of 4, they all met up at Hermione's house, and then they went to the graveyard. When they arrived at the graveyard, there was fog everywhere. It seriously looked like it, well, I mean, I'm acting like I was there. I always do that, but I picture like the Thriller music video. That's what I picture. But there was so much fog, they could barely see anything. And also too, the graveyard gates were locked. As they were standing outside of the gate, they started hearing some really eerie sounds coming from inside the cemetery. Hermione, she started having some second thoughts. She was like, you know what? I knew that this was going to be a terrible idea and bad things were going to happen. Brittany was like, girl, we gotta go inside and do this because like I didn't just come all this way just to stand in front of a gate. Like we are going inside. Draco and Tom agreed. They're like, Hermione, we are going inside that graveyard. So you're coming or you're not coming. So make up your mind. So Tom, he actually climbed to the top of the gate and all of a sudden the gate just opened on its own. So it was like a horror movie. You know how stuff just happens like that in horror movies? So they all looked at each other like, oh my god, it's open. Let's go inside. Draco, he then opened up his jacket and took out the Ouija board and said, it's time to summon some spirits. Hermione started to look a little scared. Brittany was a little nervous, but she lives for this stuff, so she was kind of excited about it. Hermione, she was still kind of like iffy, and she almost ran away pretty much. Like that's how terrified she was. And Tom was like, relax, it's just a game. Nothing is gonna happen. So they all just kind of looked at each other and were like, okay, let's do this. So they slowly walked into the graveyard. You know, all these sounds are going on, like these creepy sounds. They hear birds. There's fog everywhere. They hear the bell from the chapel that's just like down the street from them at midnight. So it's kind of creeping them out a bit. They eventually reached this really small tombstone and they decided to play the game on that tombstone. So Draco, he took the Ouija board and he placed it right on top of the tombstone and they all gathered around. They took out the planchette, they put their hands on it, and then Tom was calling out for some spirits. A few minutes later, the planchette started moving on its own and they were communicating with the spirit of a young girl. So the planchette, it was moving around, they were asking the spirit so many questions and she was answering no problem. All of a sudden, Hermione, she felt something very cold and kind of clammy grab onto her wrist and she screamed. She was horrified. Draco, Tom, and Brittany, they jumped like, whoa, what just happened? Why are you screaming? It kind of startled them. Well, actually, it startled them a lot. Brittany then said, you know, guys, maybe we should end the game. This is kind of getting a little weird and a little creepy. But the spirit did not want them to end the game. The spirit told them if they stopped playing, everybody is gonna die. Tom ignored that spirit and was like, please, like somebody is controlling this planchette, obviously. So they were all about to leave, and then it just started to get a lot more darker outside, even though it was midnight, but for some reason it got even darker, and they couldn't see anything. The four of them were completely shocked. Hermione, she just took off, she ran, she actually tripped, and she fell inside of an open grave. She landed on her head and broke her neck. Draco, he just ran through the cemetery outside of the gates, and he stumbled onto the road where a car came out of nowhere and hit him, instantly killing him and causing a horrific bloody mess. Brittany and Tom, they were absolutely terrified because they just witnessed Draco getting hit by a car and dying instantly. So they ran for their lives. They were like, what the heck just happened? The spirit is evil. Like, she was nice to us, and then all of a sudden she's threatening to kill us because we didn't want to talk to her anymore. What are we gonna do? So they got inside of the car and they were driving. I don't know how they were driving after witnessing both of their friends dying. Actually, I'm not sure if they witnessed Hermione dying, but they definitely witnessed Draco dying, so I don't even know how they were driving because they were just so shocked and terrified and traumatized. So they pulled up in front of Brittany's house, and then Tom's like, girl, like, I will call you later, like, we'll figure this out all tomorrow, it'll be okay, we'll go to the cops, like, it will be okay, we just gotta figure out what the heck just happened. So Brittany is absolutely terrified. For some stupid reason, she just, it's not like stupid, well, it's gonna be stupid, but she decided to take a bath or something. I don't know why, like, I don't know why. Anyways, when she was in the bath, apparently her hair dryer that was plugged in and it was on, it just magically fell into the bathtub and it electrocuted Brittany. So she was dead that night. So Tom went home. He had no idea that Brittany just died a horrific death in her bathtub. So he was trying to figure out like what to do when he got home. He didn't know what to tell the cops. He didn't even call Brittany. I don't know why he didn't call her. So it was the next morning and it was all in the news about Brittany's death, and he was devastated, and also Draco's death was in the news and Hermione's death was in the news. So he was absolutely devastated because 3 of his best friends, they're dead. He also knew that this spirit that they contacted through the Ouija board was responsible. So he knew what was next. This is kind of like Final Destination if you think about it. He was absolutely terrified. He just had to get out of his town. Like, he could not stay there anymore. He thought if he got away, that maybe he would be safe. So he packed his bags, he got into his car, he drove right to the airport, and he took the first flight to Argentina. And as soon as he got on the plane and it took off, unfortunately, the engine of the plane, it failed and the plane crashed and his body was never found. So they say after this story that nobody should ever use a Ouija board, especially in a graveyard on Halloween night. So that is a pretty messed up story, but I hope you guys are in the Halloween mood, and it kind of puts you in the Halloween mood because you guys know me, I am in the Halloween mood. I mean, all year round. I cannot believe it's almost October. Like, it's amazing and I'm so excited. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, you rock my world in the song lyrics of Michael Jackson. Hashtag team Brittany44, hashtag Brotherins, hey! And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!